And boom, we are live. What's going on, guys? Great to see you all. Take a seat and get comfortable. Hope you're all having an absolutely splendiferous day today. So, on today's video, we're going to be checking out a band called Human Instrumentality Project, and we're going to be checking out one of their songs called I Need You. So, bit of backstory with this band. Basically, the band reached out to me on Instagram. They were like, we like your videos. Do you want to check out some of our stuff? Maybe do some shit together. And I was like, yeah, okay, cool, yeah, let's do that. And they reached out to me, and then it took me about, I would say, a month, maybe a month and a half, to actually listen to any of their stuff, just because I've got such a massive backlog of stuff that I need to get to, because just amazing music comes out of this community just seemingly every day. It is really quite incredible. I checked out one of their songs called Air, and I was immediately a fan of this band. The deathcore tag, for me anyway, the deathcore tag fits here. These guys are definitely a deathcore band, but that just does not do the music any justice whatsoever. These guys are from China, and whenever I see that a metal band has sent me some shit and they're from China, Japan, Singapore, Korea, just anywhere in that part of the world, I know I'm in for something fairly unique, and these guys absolutely delivered on that. The vocals in on that track Air that I did a shout out video for on my Instagram are just, I listen to a lot of metal. Okay, this is kind of what I do. This is my main thing outside of hanging out with with my family and all that type of awesome stuff. This is kind of this whole metal thing. This is for me, you know what I mean? So I spend quite a lot of time doing this. I've never heard high-pitched screams like this in any metal, other than there's a band called Devil Oof, who I would strongly recommend. They're from Japan, and they sound a little bit like these guys, but not exactly, but quite similar. These high-pitched, screamy, distorted, nasty, cybery, digitally sounding, I don't know what the fuck you call these vocals, but they are horrific, absolutely horrible in the best possible way. You gotta remember, we're talking about deathcore here. Horrible, disgusting, putrid, those are all terms of endearment. Really, I've not really heard that much like this. You just don't get vocals that sound like this coming out of kind of the West. It just, if there's a band out there that sound like these guys, and they're from the UK, somewhere in Europe, America, Russia, somewhere, you know what I mean, somewhere like that, that's somewhere that's not Asia, basically. If you know a band that sounds like that, hit me up, because I want to hear them. But there's so much to like about these guys, but the vocals mainly really help them stand out. Just truly just out of this world. You've never really heard anything like them before. So I did the shout out video for Air, and then I wanted to do a reaction video, and I didn't know what to do, so I just said to them, what song would you like me, what track would you like me to do? You know what I mean? I thought, let's just see what they throw at me. And they released an album called The Brutal Angels Thesis, which I haven't heard yet. I've been saving it, and they said, why don't you check out the track I Need You from that album. Why don't you react to that? And that brings us all to the present day, so here we go. We might catch a little bit of the song beforehand, because I'm just playing this directly off the album. So we might hear a little bit of Thanatos, the track beforehand, which I'm pretty sure I've heard. So I really don't know what this is going to sound like, and I'm very fucking excited to find out. Okay. Okie dokie, right. Human Instrumentality Project, I Need You. Let's go. Here we go. This track has got a much more brutal death metal vibe to it than the last than Air did. That's really, really cool. Oh. Ooh. Ladies and gentlemen, Human Instrumentality Project. I Need You. Well, holy fucking shit. So, that was fucking awesome. That was really, really cool. So, the high-pitched, digitally scathing, metallic sounding vocals weren't present on that track. They got just towards the end of it. They started to get really, really high register, but they didn't quite hit the high notes that they did in Air. But regardless, those are some very, very interesting sounding vocals. Not just it's the lows for me. Not only do the lows have this kind of interest, and I can't quite put my finger on it, but they've got this interesting. You could almost say texture to them. They've just got this different feel when you're listening to them. Maybe it's just me, but they've just got this. Yeah, there's just something very, very unique about them. There's unique about the delivery, about the flow of them, about the enunciation on the words, the way they're mixed, just everything. It's just kind of really, really just, yeah, I dig it. Highs were really, really good as well. Like I said, didn't quite go just piercingly high as as they did on Air and as they did on the other tracks of the album, because like I said, I haven't heard the rest of them. But really, really good. They had this kind of quality of there was like 5 different people doing the high vocals. They were kind of like shouting at you from all different angles. It was a very, very claustrophobic, intense feeling, which went really, really well with the music. The other thing that I didn't mention before, the thing that I really, really liked about Air, was the change in the change in tone, and not just tone in terms of like you like strictly musically, like the actual like tone of the instruments, but I mean the tone in terms of like happy, sad, angry, uplifting, all that type of stuff. In Air, there was a melodic section which sounded like it was just on the build up, of like like a standard metalcore song. And then it went straight on to a piano section that sounded like it could be at Shadow of Intent and so on and so forth. It was just really, really great. And the same thing happened with that track that we just heard, I Need You. Sorry to be horribly cliched. I know these guys are from Asia and stuff, but it really does just sound like straight out of an anime, basically, and it's really, really fucking cool. You just, like I said, you just don't get those types of vibes and those types of shifts in tones from Western music. It just isn't there. You know what I mean? It's just so refreshing. It's really that one was a lot more brutal than it was deathcore. It was a lot faster. There was no over the top breakdowns. Nothing wrong with an over the top breakdown, but it just kept going and going and going and going. I also liked as well is that the fact that there was some clean vocals. Again, that Chinese accent, it just fucking really, really works with this type of music. But it was kind of like clean, and then it was going, that type of thing, like towards the beginning. That worked really, really well as well. I thought that was fucking awesome. There was those interesting little flurries of guitars as well that were like, again, surprisingly upbeat and melodic considering how brutal the song was. The Human Instrumentality Project are just a massive breath of fresh air from everything else that you'll hear, because their album, The Brutal Angels Thesis, that came out on Slam Worldwide, so that's going to be played beside all the rest of everything else that's coming out on Slam Worldwide, which mainly comes from my corner of the world. These guys are just a breath of fresh air, and obviously the fact that they're from China, the fact that it's got kind of anime vibes to it, the fact that the vocals are really unique, it's so on and so forth. Is it the all of those would just kind of be gimmicky, just novelty shit, basically. It wouldn't count for anything if the music itself wasn't actually very good. Everything else would just, like I said, just come across as a bit of a gimmick. That's not the case here. Not only is this unique and does it stand out, but it is also really, really, really good, solid extreme metal as well to go along with it. So it's just, a breath of fresh air. A breath of fresh air, something completely different. And I think that's what extreme metal's all about. Pushing the envelope. Trying new things, surprising people, making people uncomfortable, so on and so forth. I think that's the spirit of extreme metal right there, and these guys absolutely hit the nail on the head when it comes to that. So fucking awesome. Fucking awesome. I'm a huge fan of these guys. I really can't wait to hear the rest of that album, actually. Let me see, but yeah, there's a good couple of tracks I've got still to get to on that album EP, I guess. I don't know, doesn't really matter. But yeah, to sum up, loved every single second of it. I'm gonna go and listen to the album as soon as I finish recording this video, and yeah, awesome stuff. So as per usual, guys, links to the band's link to the album, to the band's social media pages, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Bandcamp, Spotify, whatever the hell else will be down below. Please remember to, once the video is finished, to click on all of the links where there's an option to hit the bell for notifications, hit the bell, turn on notifications, subscribe, leave them a comment on YouTube, leave them a comment on Facebook, leave them a comment on Instagram, let them know how much of a good job they're doing. If you feel really generous, and you've got some disposable income, buy a t-shirt, buy whatever else they've got on, whatever else they've got going. Just support them in any way you can, because I definitely want to hear more music from these guys, because like I said, I'm a massive fan of this, of what these guys do. So one more time, Human Instrumentality Project, I Need You, taken off their brand new EP, The Brutal Angels Thesis. Go give that a few spins. Thank you very much for joining me, guys. Always a pleasure. Love you all very much, and I will catch you all on the next one. Later.